RSVP. The first time I saw those letters, it reminded me of an invitation. Come to think of it, I wasn't so far off. RSVP is a kind of invitation to join almost 500,000 older Americans in service. Hi, I'm Joanne Thompson. I'm an RSVP volunteer, and I'm here to show you a few real-life examples of who we are and what we do. When I decided to work only part-time, I wanted to reach out and give back to my community. And through RSVP, I found all kinds of projects that really matter to me and fit my schedule. And talk about results. RSVP volunteers really get things done, especially when it comes to the needs of children in our communities. Take a look for yourself.
I decided to give a little of my time, give a little of my talent back.
I'm on a sojourner to the White House. I must speak to Mr. Lincoln and thank him for what he's done for my people.
The life hasn't been too bad to me, and I feel like I owe the world a little something.
We became involved to explore the idea of taking a group of older adults and bringing them into a school setting, really creating an intensive critical mass of volunteerism and service.
You did such a beautiful job.
So we targeted reading and literacy skills, and we've seen an incredible increase in their achievement over a few short months.
I retired formally from my job with the Department of Labor, and I do consultants work. But I've been able to arrange one day a week to make a contribution by coming down here and enjoying myself with the children.
The initial scores at the beginning of the year with these at-risk children were far below grade level. And after about 3.5 months into the program, we saw an 81% increase in letter and sound recognition among the children. They were reading better. They seemed to be interested in learning how to read, which is a really important part of reading, is wanting to learn how to read.
We have a world of experience. We have wisdom. We've been over the road that you are traveling over, and we pass it on to the younger generation.
If it's only one child that I can impact with a positive influence, it's satisfaction to me. That's an RSVP volunteer.
Erase if you stop.
And he likes to read and likes to learn, right, Brandon?
So much I can't believe it.
You know, our dream is that every school around the country will have a team of older adults from the community working with the children. It's wonderful to come into school and see the children running up to the volunteer and showing them what they've done in a class on a score, or that they can read a new book that they've been struggling with, and to see that energy there and the smile on their face. It's an incredible thing to see.
Give me the usual high five. Oh.
What I find so amazing about RSVP is the variety. Through existing programs, we're teaching people how to surf the net, we're building homes for the needy, even treating patients. And by the way, I'm talking about what's happening in just one community.
Well, Immokalee is a very unusual town. It's a very rural community, agriculturally based, has brought in many migrant workers. I'm amazed at the strength of character that people have to deal with the issues. I mean, life is 10 times harder than we would ever know it, even when we think we're struggling.
We build houses, and we go from more or less scratch from the pad and build up the walls and do the whole thing. And we're helping the people that cannot afford a house any other way.
When potential volunteers come into the RSVP program, they sometimes come with preconceived ideas of what a volunteer is, what a volunteer has to do, or what a volunteer can do in the community. And through our program, we sit one-on-one with a volunteer, talk about their needs and their interests, the time frame that they have to give back to the community, and then we also discuss the things that we might think that they're interested in. We always give our volunteers several different opportunities.
Do some good for people, other people that are not able to do the work and have work done for them.
I think it's an advantage to have RSVP volunteers because they understand difficulty, and I believe that that makes them stronger volunteers. It also is appealing to people because they work one-on-one with the recipients of the program, so they get to benefit in terms of getting to know our families and understand a little bit about their struggles and how they're helping them too.
The reason I became an RSVP member was because I had time on my hands, and I enjoy working with my hands and also my mind. And somebody said, well, when are you going to quit? And I'm going to say, when I'm unable to work. That's when I quit. I enjoy it.
We're finding that 65% of our senior users are using the internet for email communication. We know that the highest growth rate is women over 50 getting onto the internet. In the old days, people always thought that computers and everything were just for young people. But what we're finding is that search engines and Boolean strategies and all the techniques that you need to search the web are very well suited for people with a few more senior years behind them.
My principal job is to man the help desk in the office and rely on walk-ins to come up, and I register them for the internet and provide them with the necessary software and instructions. www, and this will put you on the World Wide Web.
They're always whining sometimes about not being able to get to the net, and they're too old to be learning all this, and their grandchildren are, putting pressure on them to learn it.
I have a problem too.
And I love to be able to see when they get to that window and they look through the window, and there's 2 or 3 other seniors in there ready to help them, walk them through, and it makes them feel so much better to be able to have somebody of your own peer group who has learned everything that you've had to learn and go through.
You not only learn a lot, but you go home and feel like that you've actually accomplished something in a large degree.
First molar, you better put a 4+ on the distolingual. I guess there's 2 main reasons I volunteer at this clinic. One is to pay back a system that's been very good to me, and another is I like to be busy. I like to fish, but not all the time. The patients here are, lower income senior citizens, and they don't have money, they don't have Medicare, they don't have insurance, and they need help. So it's really a great thing. It may seem like a drop in the bucket, but you've got to start somewhere,
I practiced medicine for many years, and it's an opportunity to continue doing the things of my vocation, and it's just enjoyable.
Our RSVP volunteers choose things that really can make a difference, make an impact on what's happening in our community, and make better lives for people.
I've had a very fortunate life, and it's nice to be able to help somebody that hasn't been that lucky.
Hey, I'm the one that's grateful, and I'm having fun doing this. I'm probably getting more out of this than you are.
Now, if we're getting all that done in just one community, imagine the potential nationwide. There are millions of older people who would serve if given the right opportunity. RSVP is that opportunity. Just ask the Sheriff's Department in Collier County, Florida.
Are you the registered owner of the vehicle? Yes, I am.
I got really interested in working with the Sheriff's Office because my son, who was 37 at the time, was shot to death in Philadelphia. When they caught the perpetrator, they found out that he'd already killed 3 people, and he was walking the street because the paperwork was not done properly, and he'd never been able to be convicted.
I remember the first time I went to RSVP about 11 years ago, and they had this huge map on the wall which listed all the various activities. I said, I want that one, and I've been here ever since. Great place.
We're very appreciative of the work that our volunteers do for the agency and the people of Collier County.
This is Volunteer Deputy Tony Landolfi. Good morning.
We're permitted to take those law enforcement officers and return them to the street where they belong, enforcing the laws.
I am involved in callbacks, quality control.
You and we can then make contact with them and ask them to bring it up to code before the season starts.
And assisting officers any way that they feel I might be able to help, I will be available for that.
It frees the detectives and the police to get out there and do their job a little quicker. That's why the RSVP volunteers are so important.
The good example is our fingerprint technicians. They are currently rolling prints and checking criminal history. We would be spending many tax dollars if we weren't using our civilian volunteers to roll the prints. We have highly technically trained volunteers who assist us in our law enforcement work.
Nobody protects the community better than people that live there. The community is really the eyes and the ears of law enforcement.
The community is a part of law enforcement, not apart from it, because it's your community.
Last year, we saved the Collier County community $186,000. In our 11-year existence, we've saved the county over $1 million in taxpayers' money. That's a lot of money.
RSVP truly is a wise investment. It's an invitation to give something back and to keep growing and learning. I hope to see you around.
RSVP volunteers bring a wide range of experience to our program. They bring leadership skills, they bring diversification through the things that they've done in their life before they've retired, and they can bring those skills and share them with what's needed in our community. Our RSVP volunteers are really getting things done.